let's talk about some fun stuff. Let's go to the defense. What they were good at this past season. Everyone knows this, but let's put a fine point on it. 8 tackles for loss per game, not -8. I didn't know where the bullet points are in Adobe Premiere yet. 43 sacks as well, so 6th nationally. So those are some damn good defensive stats to start off with. I wrote about Ji'Aiyr Brown and his influence not only as a multiple coverage player, but also as a blitzer. One of the best blitzing safeties in the nation last year with 5 sacks and got pressure like a defensive end when he rushed the passer. So that defensive end room is deep. It is talented. Manny Diaz, all of this should continue, if not improve next year. This should be the strength of the team, right?
You would think so. They've got some things to patch up, I guess. You mentioned that they'll miss Brown more than most people would think, but I think people are expecting not a dip there, but like Tig was so good, good at everything that it's going to take some time. And you get Jalen Reed back there. Jalen Reed wearing number 1, by the way. So you've got Jalen Reed and Ellis back there. And KJ Winston's a guy that I'm really excited to see. So I feel good about the personnel that they've got there at safety, but at the same time, you're taking from your top and adding guys on the bottom there. So that's always something that's going to take some time to go around. But this is college football. That's how it works. You lose the top guys and you replace them with other guys that you hope can be top guys at some point. But in terms of should this be the strength of the team? Yeah, it should be. I mean, you've got questions at defensive tackle, defensive end looks pretty good. Linebacker looks very good on the outside, and you got to figure out something at Mike, and then that secondary should be good once again. So I'm just excited to see them play because I really, really enjoyed watching this defense come together last year. You really enjoy them attacking, enjoy the chances that they would take and things of that nature. So they're athletic, they're long, they've got some guys in the back end that can go find the football. So that's that all makes up for a really fun defense.
And one area that I think should improve, because part of this came early in the season with a little bit of learning the defense, was missed tackles. I'd say if there's one area that was a big problem early, was missed tackles. 9th in the Big Ten, according to PFF, 137 missed tackles. Do you have a continued concern there with some of the players in the secondary? And of course, we've talked long time about the Mike linebacker situation, but that number should improve as well, I would imagine, in year 2. Or do you think that that's another thing that'll kind of stay stable with the amount of chances they take, as you just talked about?
I mean, college football, there's a lot of missed tackles. It's not just a Penn State thing. This is how it works throughout the country. Every fan base complains about missed tackles. They're there. They happen. We saw Utah miss some tackles. So I don't feel too worried about it. But I will say you're replacing Ji'Aiyr Brown with Keaton Ellis and Jalen Reed. Jalen has been more the big hitter type guy. Keaton, I think, is going to have to improve his tackling. So at the very back end, I do think that they need to make some strides there. It's Wheatley's still young, Winston's still young, but they have to make some strides there. And then Mike is going to keep popping back up. Tyler Elsdon missed some prime tackle, not just missed some tackles that you forget about, the ones where he's got the guy in the backfield, the ones that stick in your mind. And I think that's the biggest problem with evaluating Tyler Elsdon, is you keep those plays in the forefront of your mind, those missed tackles and things like that. So Mike definitely has to improve in that manner. And be honest with you, Abdul Carter is a phenomenal a phenomenal linebacker, but he's got strides to make as well. In terms of being in the right position, he can make up for it. He's kind of like Micah, that you can be a step out of place and all of a sudden be in the right spot faster than the guy beside you and everybody else around you. Abdul Carter can do that, but he, if he gets where he needs to be from an intangible standpoint, from an instinct standpoint, that's when he's going to be really, really good. We saw just the coating of the M&M here. You can get to the rich candy inner. So he's going to be very good. It's just he's still got improvements to make, and for all the talking that we do about how great we think he can be, that remains to be seen. Is how complete of a linebacker is he going to be?
You took the words out of my mouth, but
with
what
the
I want,
the M&M thing. No?
Yes, exactly.
That's
I
what
was
I thought.
going more of the Earth's core when you started with because the imagery was perfect. I was thinking about the Earth's crust, so I was going to go to the Earth, the mantle, blah blah blah.
I was thinking of candy. Yes.
Part of what he needs to improve on, I think, the most is his coverage, and it wasn't the easiest thing in the world because I was really impressed with Manny Diaz learning this defense and trying to absorb all of it at the same time. He makes it difficult on quarterbacks. They did a great job of mixing up coverages. Now, most teams don't run everything. Like, you're not going to run every single coverage in every single variant, but they had 2 high safety looks. They had 1 high safety looks. They ran cover 3. They ran cover 1. They ran cover 2. They ran cover 6 a lot. I really like the way that they made things difficult on the quarterback, and that was one area where sometimes miscommunications on the back end. Abdul Carter had a couple of them. Learning the different intricacies of this defense, that's an area I think they need to improve.